Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Friday, the 27th day of November. It is, of course, Black Friday all across the United States of America, but it's also Buy Nothing Day, which is what I celebrate today, because I just don't. I remember one time Heidi and her mother went Black Friday shopping, and I went in. I'm the getaway driver, and then I went in and just bought like a candy bar, and then there's this giant line of people, and I'm just getting a snack, and the lady's like, seriously? Hey, guy's hungry. National Bavarian Cream Pie Day, National Craft Jerky Day, a day of listening today, so continue to listen right here. National Native American Heritage Day, Flossing Day, National Maize Day, as in corn, not like getting lost, and then it is, since yesterday all across the United States was Thanksgiving, today is Your Welcome's Giving Day. So There you go. And I've got a guest who I'm going to talk to here in a bit. I'm so excited. Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah.
I had to talk to him on the radio. He's got a special that premieres tonight on Comedy Central. And the whole time I talk to him, I'm not going to move my lips.
Oh, that's
I'm
impressive.
excited. It's going to be fun.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A breakthrough study in Israel found that hyperbaric oxygen treatments can reverse the aging process in humans. So I don't know what a hyperbaric oxygen treatment is or how expensive it is, but I got a feeling that they're going to be more readily available because who wouldn't want to reverse the aging process?
Well, yeah.
How far back can you turn the clock, I wonder?
I don't know.
You stay in there too long and you get out and you're, 6 years old.
That would be amazing, though.
Yeah, I doubt that they do that. But I got a link to the story if you want to read the details. A study by the University of Copenhagen found that bacteria found in bed dust can improve a child's health. The bacteria is said to build up their immune system later in life.
Bed dust.
It's just, they're saying if your environment is too clean, that's not good for you.
Oh, no, I agree with that.
So they're saying
completely.
even bed dust, so like having too clean of a bed, apparently. Surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A defendant who threw two naked women out of his Florida home at 2 a.m. told police the victims attacked him. And that's why he threw them out. They were interested in, doing something that he wasn't interested in doing, these two ladies. According to a 911 disturbance call, this happened. 27-year-old Sierra Rassambath and 28-year-old Angelica Pavlek had an encounter with Rassambath's husband. So it was a guy's wife and her friend, apparently. Anyway, they had been drinking quite a bit, and she had this plan with her friend and her husband, 33-year-old Kelvin Rassambath, and that's when things ensued into a verbal argument, and it turned into, apparently he choked both women at one point, which is not a good thing to do, and then threw them out of the residence in the nude. So it is a very bizarre story.
I just don't get that whole
me neither.
concept.
No, we've got a lot of
wanting
friends
to
but
do
I
that.
don't have any friends, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about after dinner?
No, no, thank you.
No, this is apparently what happens when your brain is on a whole lot of drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis were seen hugging in a Los Angeles It just says in Los Angeles. I guess I don't know
I
where.
love Jason Sudeikis.
I do too.
I think he's such a neat guy.
They called off their engagement last week, but then it was after then that they were seen hugging. The couple was together for 7 years, by the way. So
Okay.
I'm sad to hear that they're not going to get married. They called off the engagement, but if they were hugging afterwards, at least that means that things apparently didn't end terribly. Spike Lee is making a musical about the invention of Viagra. Wait a minute, what? What did I just read? And
It's
Joe...
an up-and-coming hit.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's just move on. Joe Exotic's husband, Dylan Passage, was arrested for drunk driving in Texas. He was so intoxicated, he didn't even know who he was.
Yikes.
I must be intoxicated because I don't know who he is either. I'm just kidding. I watched the show. It was from Tiger King. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of TimeForRehab.com. Millions of Americans traveled for Thanksgiving despite warnings from the CDC to keep gatherings to a minimum. So they're saying, hey, we told you to do something. And then people said, yeah, I don't care. So it's like, hey, you shouldn't eat so much food on Thanksgiving. And I'm like,
Don't care.
hang on a second. I got to go find my stretchy pants. Royal Caribbean has attracted 100,000 volunteers to test the new coronavirus protocols by taking a free cruise on their ships. So their ships don't hold 100,000 people, so they must be doing multiple cruises. Do they? Do the ships, they wouldn't hold that many people, would they? No way.
Not 100,000.
Couldn't
No
be.
way. No.
So the safety measures are super, super strict, and I don't know when they take off. Funny thing is, online, people are going, who in the world would even want to do this? And then thousands of comments going, I'll go. Pick me. So it's like, I don't know. Would you go on a free cruise, Heidi?
What do you think?
Yeah, last time we went on a boat on the ocean, she had a violent, 3-4 hour vomiting spree.
It was horrifying.
It was not good. The FDA, it was not a cruise, by the way. That was just a fishing boat. But either way, I'm not going to risk it. The FDA has approved the first rapid at-home test for COVID-19. It will deliver a result in 30 minutes or less. Otherwise, they give you free breadsticks. just kidding. Has nothing to do with breadsticks. National chains like Walmart and Kroger are beginning to see runs on tissues and cleaning supplies like toilet paper and that type of thing, as Americans are fearing potentially another lockdown. So I saw photos online of empty shelves where people were going, what is going on? And it's, people out hoarding. I think it's a bad idea to do the hoarding thing. Be prepared, but you don't need to buy enough
All of it,
to last you for 9 years.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lady pushing a cart out that had so much, and somebody calculated it and said this would be enough for this person for 9 years. But the thing is, you don't know how big her family is. There's, she could have like
How big of a family?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe she's got a big family. The NYPD busted 200 men who were conducting a fight club in a warehouse in the Bronx. They couldn't get anyone to go on record because the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
I see.
So that was supposed to be a joke. Clearly, it didn't work. And moving on for our final, we'll see how this one lands. Health officials in Washington have ordered 300 people to quarantine after they were exposed to coronavirus at a super spreader wedding. So they went to a wedding, and I can only imagine. You've been to weddings. I've been to weddings.
Yeah.
We've all been to weddings. Can you imagine being with those same 300 people for a couple more weeks? Like, okay, you guys hope you had a good time. You're all staying together. You're quarantined. I don't know if they're quarantined together.
Where? In like a gymnasium or
No
something?
idea. I've got a link to the story, but I don't know. But I can't even imagine. Because I've been to weddings where I'm like, I cannot wait. Can we leave? I'm like, oh, wait till they cut the cake at least. I'm like, okay. As soon as they cut that cake, I'm out of here. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Black Friday. We have a very talented and very funny guest joining us today, Mr. Jeff Dunham. He's got a comedy special on Comedy Central tonight, and we've got him on the program right now. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, John. Thanks for having me. Everything all right with you guys?
It is. 2020's been a weird year, but I got to tell you, it's been a good year for me to start my ventriloquism because I wear a mask. My lips don't move. Just take my word for it.
It is amazing. Yeah, it's like we're the only people in the country right now benefiting from the pandemic. It's like we don't have to be skillful at all.
So how different has 2020 been for you and your career? Has this kind of just thrown a huge monkey wrench in everything?
Oh, man, I don't know how the road warriors and the touring people are doing it right now. The bands and the crews. I mean, some of these guys have never come off the road, and I'm the same way. I've been doing these arenas now for 12 years, and I never took more than a couple of weeks off. And when this thing hit, it was like, as a performer, I'm sure as being a radio guy, even though you don't have that live response, you can still feel it. You can still feel the audience. And I'm sure if that was ripped away from you for any amount of time, but I know anybody in radio has lost a job a time or two, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like a drug being taken away from me. And I didn't know what to do. I thought I'll be fine here at home for a little while. Just we have twin boys at home, and we'll just all be together. It'll be great. And it was, and it is. But at the same time, it was like, what am I doing here? Hobbies? What am I going to build a boat? What the hell? So I started seeing some guys, coming out with the specials, and I thought, I think I can do this. All my other comedy specials, I've had nine other ones. I build them one joke at a time on the road. Doing 150 shows a year. Sorry, and it takes 18 months to build a special. But this time, I came up with this idea 2 months ago, and so we shot it 3 weeks ago. That's how fast this came together.
Oh, wow.
And I got together with a few writers, and we wrote some jokes, and I sat in my office for 2.5 weeks and cobbled them all together, the right jokes for the right characters, and rewrote them to fit, and the subject matter, and I left out politics. I didn't want any politics in it because I'm sick and tired of it, and I think most people are, and if you're not, there's something wrong with you. And I made it the most approachable special for the entire family because it's that time of year, and I feel like we need it. So I cleaned it up a bit, and it's going to be on Black Friday at 8 o'clock on Comedy Central, and I think people are going to love it. And I've never done anything like this, but I'm really proud of it. We shot it in Malibu in front of 100 people, really small audience, everybody socially distanced, but man, they were ready to rock, and it was fun. I think it's a charming special that people will really like.
So tonight is the night, Jeff Dunham's completely unrehearsed holiday pandemic special. Why did they choose Black Friday to do this?
I think Comedy Central is being really smart about it. I started with Comedy Central, then went on to NBC for a special, and then Netflix, and now I'm back and made a 3-special deal with them. And I think they're really smart with their programming because Friday after Thanksgiving, people are sitting around looking for stuff to do together, and it was the perfect time for this special. So I think they're just being really smart about it. I couldn't have picked a better night, so I love that they did that.
And something really nice about a Jeff Dunham comedy special, you can watch this with the whole family. Like, your jokes are typically, pretty family friendly, wouldn't you say?
Well, it was at first, and then things moved on, and it got a little PG-13-ish. But now, no, with this special, yeah, it is family friendly. It is G. There's a few things here or there. I mean, it is PG. There's a few things here or there, but for the most part, it's like the subject matter to me is the most important, and I think this is just all goofy, stupid fun. That's all it is. You can see a preview for it on my Facebook.
And we'll throw a link to the official Jeff Dunham page in the show notes for today. And don't forget, Jeff Dunham's completely unrehearsed holiday pandemic special rolls right off the tongue there, Jeff. It's on Comedy Central tonight. And I see on here it says 8 Pacific and Eastern?
Yeah, Pacific and Eastern time. And I grew up in Dallas, and it was so funny. When I moved to California, it's like, what do you mean football's on at 10 o'clock in the morning? That's not right. No wonder nobody goes to church out here.
Blasted time zones. Jeff, thank you very much for your time today, sir. I appreciate it a bunch.
John, thank you. We'll see you next time.
Again, our guest today has been Jeff Dunham, and he's got a comedy special tonight on Comedy Central. It's called Jeff Dunham's Completely Unrehearsed Holiday Pandemic Special. I've got a link to all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The typical shower is how hot? How hot do you think? How many degrees? The typical shower.
Oh, I wouldn't have any idea.
Shoot out a guess.
100 degrees.
You're really close. 101 degrees is the typical shower. Now, I want to say Heidi is above average. Heidi's shower, 197 degrees.
Pretty much.
It's just under boiling.
My skin is
bright
goodness. Red when I come out of the shower.
I got it. We're married, so we live in the same house. And she was in the shower, and as soon as she got out, I stepped in there, and the shower was still going. And it was so hot. I screamed like a child, and I jumped back out. I'm like, what are you doing? Trying to roast a chicken in here? I have no idea why it needs to be that hot. Anyway, typical shower, 101 degrees. That's today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline, England. A British phys ed teacher was arrested for downing a whole bottle of wine at the school prom and then flashing her breasts at the students.
Whoa!
What? I just don't... What? I don't get that. Why in the world would she have done that? Apparently, the bottle of wine had something to do with it, most likely.
Whoa.
I got a link to this story, and I bet there's some folks that are going to click on it. I don't know if there's photos. I didn't check. I don't care. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Police in Wisconsin are stumped over who would do this. Someone stole a tree from a state university, Wisconsin-Madison State University. About 100, I'm trying. These words that are coming out didn't mean to come out like that. They logged its loss. How do you say that? Logged its loss? That doesn't seem right. Lodged? It says logged. Well, anyway, they think it's about a $13,000 damage.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I'm trying to follow along, but I'm completely lost.
Someone stole a tree in Wisconsin. They say it was worth $13,000. 25-foot tree, mountain pine, cut down and swiped right from the property November the 5th.
25 foot?
Yeah, between the 5th
what
and the 9th.
What would somebody do with that? It's not like you can put that in your house as a Christmas tree.
But they probably put it up somewhere else as a Christmas tree. They also cut down a 12-foot section from the top of a different tree.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
That's
online
not nice.
people are very angry, and they're trying to find out who did this, and I've got a link to the story, and you could read it. I guarantee it would be more eloquent than what I just said. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. I actually think this is really funny, but also really, really mean. And it's definitely a moment of duh, but it's also, it just kind of makes me smile. A driver in England who repeatedly shouted "wakey, wakey" from his car in the early morning hours has been given a warning by the police. He was driving around shouting at the top of his lungs, "wakey, wakey." He was in a red Nissan, driving around, turning his lights on and off and shouting, "You can't call the police because you can't see us." Well, he was wrong. They did call the police, and somebody, he was on a megaphone shouting out of his vehicle, "wakey, wakey." 21-year-old driver issued with a warning. The warning means the driver's car could be seized if he does something like this again in the next 12 months. So he's got to wait at least a full year before he can go around and say, "I'm so sorry."
What time was this?
This was in the wee hours of the morning. It doesn't
Wee
actually
hours.
say. Yeah, the wee hours.
I wonder what wee hours are considered.
I don't know. Wee hours, I'd say early. I'm just
3
guessing.
a.m.?
I don't know. It doesn't really say. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fake news or Florida. A Cape Coral, Florida man found sitting on the roof of a family's home in his underwear told police he had no idea how he got up there. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It's a true story. I remember that, actually.
I don't remember that.
I do.
But
well, you had been drinking a lot, and that's how you got on the roof. Just kidding. No, it was a man that was on the roof. And it wasn't me. It was just a story that we read, I don't know, maybe a year ago. But I just remember thinking, how in the world, if you're so drunk you don't remember anything, how did you climb onto the roof? Because it just seems really bizarre. But somebody may have placed him there. We don't know. We have no idea. But we do know it really did happen. And Heidi got it right because she is smart. Thanks for listening to Fake News or Florida on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And there are, again, so many things on here. Which one should I even do? How about this one right here? I like this story. Fire department shows up at a children's hospital to cheer on a colleague's son who's battling cancer. So this happened in Virginia. A whole bunch of firefighters in uniform showed up the King's Daughters Hospital, Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, that's what it's called, to show their support for a 4-year-old kid who's battling cancer. Now, that 4-year-old kid happens to be the son of a firefighter, and he's got a very rare form of lymphoma. The kid's name is Nolan Turner. Nolan's dad has been on the department there for 14 years. All of these colleagues came together during a time when his family kind of needed this. Captain America even showed up, so they had quite the event. And there are a lot of photos on here, and there's a bunch of firefighters. There's ladder trucks. They even took a ladder truck, and they went up to his window. And that's where, he's inside. They couldn't be in there, but he's inside, and on the outside were some firefighters and Captain America talking to him through the window. It's really just kind of a neat thing. And it's people getting together and helping other people. And at the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, it's wonderful to know that there are good people out there.
Absolutely.
Who will stand up for you and help out. I think that's just a great thing. And again, there's so many good stories. And I appreciate all the stories that people do send our way. If you come across something that you think, hey, that seems like good news, I wonder if I could get John to cry by reading this one. It happens.
It doesn't take much most times.
Heidi likes to make fun of me, but it happens. I have a heart. She does not.
Wow.
If you'd like to see if you can make me cry, send your good news story to us. You can do that at the bottom of the page at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.